Hi everybody and welcome again to another edition of No Ref Required. I'm the landlord and we are blessed today to be joined by Rico Sunnyboy Biggs. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me, man.
Wow, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
It's all mine, trust me.
When I first heard the name Rico Sunnyboy Biggs, I said, well, wait a minute. That's a name like you're expecting a brother to come in a leather coat, one of them hats with a big feather on the side and freak. I mean, that's a name that goes kind of way back. Where did you get the Rico from, is it?
Parents, you know.
Yeah.
To be honest, my dad always told me he watched Miami Vice and he just liked the name from then.
It's a name, man.
I'm happy with it. I can't complain about Rico.
Boy,
I'm good.
it's
And Biggs at the end is just, I'm good.
Rico Biggs and Sunnyboy obviously after.
My granddad, that was Sunnyboy, my granddad.
Okay.
It's literally, you know, fighters have this thing where they have like these names like Killer or something where they're just trying to be mean.
Yeah.
My thing was I want to represent something more than just something someone gave me or that's my granddad. He's always part of me. Why not represent him?
Respect to that.
Yeah.
So we're here,
Yeah,
and unusually, we're slightly moving away from our normal pursuit, which is boxing.
Yeah.
You're an MMA fighter, mixed martial arts, which is boxing plus kicking, plus elbowing,
Plus knees, plus wrestling, grappling, jiu-jitsu, strikes on the ground, submissions. It's a mixture of every art within martial arts.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
That's a lot, bro. And if I was to meet you, like we've been chatting together for a little while,
Yeah.
and I would never have placed you in a profession that is potentially should I say, sorry, so violent.
No one does though. No one does. Have you ever looked at someone and thought that's a fighter? Just walking down the street, you never know anyone that's gonna be a fighter.
Sure.
It's just like anyone can be a fighter. The littlest kids could be training in Muay Thai. You got Thailand, there's a bunch of little kids that train and fight Muay Thai.
Mm-hmm.
So it's judging a book by its cover, isn't it?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Because you know, you got guys who, when you meet them, you say, well, okay, it's obviously fighting because bits and pieces are moved
Yeah.
and the ears are swollen and you know the bruises. You have none of that. You're 27 years old, so it's not like you just started fighting yesterday. You've been fighting for some time. How have you managed to stay unscarred by the profession?
It's my fighting style, to be honest.
Okay.
One thing I've done starting my MMA journey is I've accepted that I'm going to get hit. First and foremost, I'm going to get hit. But I don't like it. No one likes getting hit. I do it, I accept it, I'm okay with getting hit. But I'm not there to get hit, I'm there to hit and move.
Okay.
It's like boxing and sweet science, to be hit and not be hit. I don't want to be hit, I will hit you and I'm out of the way. That's my main objective.
There are so many different ways to win.
Yeah.
And conversely, so many different ways to lose. Let's forget the losing for a second and we'll talk about the winning. What's your preferred method of victory? I see you like it. I see you like winning.
I love winning, who doesn't?
For sure.
But as a fighter, you always want the highlight reel knockout, everyone wants it. But the win's the most important thing. But most importantly than the win for me is the performance.
What arts are you training in at the moment?
Well, I started off mainly doing like Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. Travelled into boxing and wrestling a lot as well recently.
If you were to have the ability to create your ideal fighter, so with boxing we talk about things in terms of power of punch and ability to move, but because MMA carries so many different disciplines in it, let's look at who your idols would be. Let's say, for example, with jiu-jitsu, who
Jiu-Jitsu, that's a tough one. jiu-jitsu is so complex. It's like, because there's the traditional Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and then there's like people like Eddie Bravo, who's adapted like the 10th planet way, which is based out of rubber guard.
So you're teaching me now. I'm because I heard of the Gracie family.
Yeah,
that's people always seem to kind of talk about that lineage.
Yeah, that's the lineage that a lot of people refer to straight away. But as anything, there's gonna be people that take it and make it their own.
Yeah.
And the guy called Eddie Bravo was taking it and making it his own. In mixed martial arts, if you're throwing strikes, this guard that he has that he can throw on, it completely nullifies where you being able to posture up and stuff. So it's like he'll have his leg across the back. So that is triangle.
I've seen people do that. Like just you be on
you'll see guys that even at the lowest levels that they might be feel they're in a bit of trouble. So when they're on the ground, they'll try and it's a way of
put their leg behind their opponent's
head. They're kind of holding on for dear life in certain
squeeze
cases.
them in a triangle.
They're just trying to hold on so they don't posture up and get punched in the face.
Yeah.
But there's ways that people have used it. Like we spoke about Tony Ferguson.
Yeah.
He's a guy that trains in the 10th planet. Okay. Jiu-jitsu. That's his way of jiu-jitsu.
His style is pretty unique when you watch the way he fights.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to be even when you do catch him, you never really seem to take him out of his comfort zone. He's always comfortable.
But that's why I like him to watch as a fighter, because he doesn't have a comfort zone.
Right. You say he doesn't have a comfort zone.
He doesn't have a comfort zone. So it's like he wants to stand with you. He would love to stand with you and fight you. But you take him down, he's fine with that as well. That's the type of fighter that I'm trying to be. That anywhere it goes, I'm okay, I'm comfortable.
Beat him up from the bottom.
Beat him up from the bottom. If I'll beat you up from the top, I'll beat you up standing, I'll beat you up on the cage, I'll beat you up outside the cage. Wherever it goes, I'm going to beat you up.
You're fighting at featherweight?
Featherweight, yeah.
Which makes you around 145 pounds?
Yeah. I fought at lightweight as well, which was never really the plan. It's just how it's occurred, but the plan is also to drop down to bantamweight, which is 61.5 kilos.
That's another, what's that, nearly 10 pounds?
Yeah, about that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah? I mean, you know, at 10, just over 10 stone, you moving around at that weight, just around 10 stone, 10.5 stone, to go down to 9 stone something?
Yeah.
That's some serious training commitment, man.
Yeah.
That is a real commitment for training. Does that mean that you're boiling down before fights and stuff like that?
No, see, but for me personally, to make the weight limit at featherweight, is obviously at first when it's like you're learning on the job. It's like you take the bad weight cuts and you learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I've learned more about cutting weight than I was actually anticipating, to the point where I know my body, like I know how much I weigh right about now. When I started to realize that I could make the featherweight limit easy, it's like, alright, I'm not starving myself, I'm not out here draining like a lot of people do water cutting. Yeah. I'm not in a sauna for an hour trying to get the weight down. Mm-hmm. It's literally through me running and training and just dieting well.
Okay, so this is a serious thing now. You have the ability, you think, to fight successfully across 3 divisions possibly.
Yeah.
Definitely. So that makes you available.
For me personally, I've got my eye on 2 divisions. That's the featherweight and the bantamweight.
Okay. So Rico, you've been a bit unfortunate recently.
Yeah.
You've had 2 cancellations. So you've been sort of in the gym now since June.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, to be honest, after my last bout at MTK, I never got out of the gym. Like, I literally come out of the cage, spoke to my managers, like, get me on ASAP. Like, let's go again.
How does that work? I mean, so the camps are how long?
Really, from about 7 weeks onwards. You want 7 to 12 weeks of a full camp.
Yeah. But how's that work? Like week 1, just say week 1 to week 7. How does your training develop towards a fight?
Me personally, I'm always in the gym, so at least 3 times a week. If I'm just busy with life and whatever and whatnot, I'm always going to be training at least 3 times. So really, I'm adding another 3 days onto my training schedule.
But you start with running.
So yeah, I will always do a bit of running. I always do like 8 kilometers to start with, just to see where I'm at. So if I'm running like a kilometer, 5 minutes, 5:30, I know that I got a lot of work to do and I need to cut at least a minute off of that time.
For real?
For real.
Okay.
That's me personally. A minute off of that time needs to be cut off. That's when I know that I'm ready to fight. So that's the first round of camp is always the most important, because I know that this is going to be the worst one. This is the one that you don't want to do, because this is when your legs feel like cinder blocks and you just don't want to do it. And I'm just like, by week 7, all the hard work's done. Week 7 is literally like from week 1 up to week 6, midweek 6. You're looking at the hard work. That's where the blood, sweat and tears get put in. That's where, if you're gonna make a mistake, that's where the mistake's gonna get straightened out. That's the most important part. Once you get to the end of that 6th week, for me personally, it's relaxing. It's about, I've been mentally preparing myself for the fight from the start of the camp. Now it's fight week and you're thinking it's go time. You're gonna fight. That's it. You're fighting. You're turning up. You're fit. You're healthy. You're ready to fight.
Mm-hmm.
You're fighting. That is it.
It's the morning of the fight. What is going through your mind in terms of strategy?
I like the unknown. For me, the fact of I'm getting into a cage with a guy that I don't know what he's been doing for the past 6-7 weeks. For me personally, when I'm in the gym and I'm training, I know improvements are being made. I'm chasing the improvements, so they're gonna be made. But for me, I'm thinking I'm gonna be facing the same person as me that's chasing the improvements, that's gonna be bettering himself, that's gonna be going into the cage with the intention to win.
Mm-hmm. The point of today was really just to kind of get to say hello to you.
Yeah, man.
To introduce you to No Ref Required, and to give us the opportunity to say to you that we would like to come and support you. Respect. Just to go on your journey with you, to maybe, expose the MMA public and the boxing public to Rico Biggs.
That'll be wicked.
And we'll be happy to have you on this show.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to be on there, man.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me again, man. Much appreciated, brother.
No problem.
Hey,
right.
No ref required, people.
You heard
No ref required.
You heard?
No ref required. There ain't no ref needed for this one here. I'll handle it. I've got it.